Hi, this is Rick, and this is a Sudoku game that I've written. Um, it's on the website, isudokugames.com. This is a quick run-through on how to play Sudoku in general and this specific Sudoku game specifically. When you're playing Sudoku, what you're trying to do is get every number 1 through 9 into each one of these blocks, each one of these squares. This is a square, this is a square, this is a square. Each one of these squares only once and only once, into each row, like this, once and only once, and to each column, once and only once. There's a total of 81 squares. There's 81 small squares. I'm talking about the big squares here with these darker borders around them as being the squares that you want to put every number in 1 through 9. So the way you do it in my game is first you find a place that you can place a number, and you try and do that through process of elimination. Like for instance, if you see a 1 and a 1 here, and you can highlight it by mousing over the numbers on this side, but if you see a 1 and a 1 here, you know there has to be a 1 in this square, so you know there must be a 1 here, here, or here. But that in and of itself isn't enough to narrow you down to the point where you can actually place one. Now here's an interesting one. We have 4 2s, so we have this 2 eliminating all of these cells in this square. We have this 2 eliminating all of these cells, and we have these 2s eliminating, there's a 2 here eliminating all of the cells, and there's a possibility in all of the cells here. So the only other place in this square that can have a 2 is right here. So I'm going to go and grab a 2 and drag it over and drop it there. Now if you place a 2 someplace it's not supposed to go, if there's a duplicate, say I placed a 2 here, it will make red the 2's the reason it can't be placed there. So this 2 becomes red, showing you can't place it there, and these other 2's will highlight as well. And then you can click the cell and clear it. Now if you click a cell that doesn't have anything in it, you'll get this little notes field up. Now as I said, since there's ones here and here, you may want to make note that a 1 could go here, or there, or there. So you have these little notes that aren't the actual numbers, but can help you track what numbers might go there. Now you can see there's a 2 and a 3 in this square, so you can eliminate 2 and 3 in each of these. So you could put little notes in to show a 2 and a 3 cannot go there. You know that a 4 can't go, there's 2 4's here, so this 4 eliminates these 2 cells, and this 4 eliminates these 2. So you can cross out a 4 there, cross out the 4 there, and cross out the 4 there. So through process of elimination, you can go through every cell here and start to eliminate the numbers that can possibly go in it. So like for instance, here's in this cube here, in this square here, you already have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you know that 1, 2, 3, and 4 can't go in any of these cells. So you can use the notes to mark them off as being unavailable. So the way you play is basically to go through and use process of elimination to narrow down the number of cells you have available to you. And when you find one that can be placed, you go and grab the number and drag it over out there. So if you look here, for instance, you know that a 3 could possibly go here or here, because you can eliminate these with that 3, and these with that 3, and with this 3 you can eliminate them there. But that doesn't tell you exactly where you can place it yet. So you have to go through this whole grid and through process of elimination boil down what you can and can't have. So I'm going to play a little bit. I'm going to pause the recording, and I'm going to come back and see if I can narrow this down a little bit to give some more hints. So I'm back, and as you can see, I've made quite a bit of progress here. So I'm just going to finish out the end of this. See, there's 2 6s here, meaning the only places, if once you get to this point, there are very few spaces left. So, in this line, I can't have a 1 because of the 1 that's already in the square, or 2 that's already in the square. 3, I can't have a 3 here because of that one, or a 4, or a 5 because of this guy. I can have a 6, but I can't have a 7 or an 8 or a 9, so I can move the 6 in. Now, if I've narrowed down a lot with my notes, as you can see here, I've only got 4 and 6 available in this one. So given that only 4 and 6 are available, and now there's a 6 blocking this, I'll have to put a 4 there. Now there was only 4 and 9 available here, as you could tell from my notes. So now 9 is taken up. There was only a 7 left here, so I'll move a 7 in. Only 4 is now available there because that 7 is taking up that spot. There is a 7 here that was placed here at some point, so we'll have to cross that out. And the 4 was placed over here, so we can cross that out in the notes too, leaving only a 5, meaning I can drop a 5 there. Now up here, since the only values that were left were 5 and 9, that means that must be a 9. Since that's 5 and 9 and the 9 is now taken, this must be a 5. Since this only had 5 and 7 and the 5 is now taken, we can put 7 here. Likewise, since that 7's taken, we can put 5 there. And the only one left here is 3, because we had 1, 2. We didn't have a 3. I just placed it there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's see. Now there's a 7 here, meaning that there's not a 7 available in this spot, so I could put a 6 there. Because I could put a 6 there, I could put a 7 here. Let's see. And 2. So now there's a 9 here. So this must take that 9 up, so I could put a 6 there, meaning that I need a 9 here. And I'm done. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you like the game. Thanks for playing.